The Sunshine Tour guys were also competing for the lucrative Investec Cup final. Merrick Bremner, an Investec player, has had a fantastic last year or so, and the boy born in Durban continues to move his game in the right direction.
I think Investec's done wonderful with South African golf and women's golf in this country. They've taken a huge initiative to punt the women's golf, and ours as well. I mean, we played for a 10 million rand bonus pool this year and a £1 million event. I mean, it's not on many tours where you get to play for that kind of money, and it's very lucrative, and it's very attractive for most of the players. That's why we got a few Europeans. I mean, it's a wonderful, wonderful event.
Bremner finished 12th in the chase to the Investec Cup, and he's had nothing but praise for the eventual winner, Trevor Fisher Jr. Trevor Fisher Jr. saved his best for last by firing a final round 66 to take the final by one stroke from Jacques Blau, Trevor's biggest win of his career.
Sure, I think it's fantastic for Trev. I mean, I think Fish lost his dad late last year. It's an extremely hard time for him to go through, and for him to come out on top that week, I mean, you could just see the emotion on him at the end of it, you know. A huge weight was lifted off his shoulders, and I think it's a massive opening for him. I mean, it's a lot of money that he won, and I'm very happy for him.
Fisher's win also puts him top of the chase to the Investec Cup standings, where he pipped Henny Otto and JB Kruger. We visited Merrick Bremner after the Investec Cup at his home at the Alts Club at Copperleaf. Mr. and Mrs. Bremner settling into married life.
In a nutshell, it's interesting, if I can put it in one word. I mean, it's an ongoing process. I mean, it's a relationship, it needs work. You're obviously going to have good times and bad times, and fun times and angry times, and sometimes you want to kill each other, and sometimes you're best of mates. It's an ongoing process, and it's awesome.
And although Merrick leaves most of the cooking to Mrs. Bremner, he does make an inspirational sandwich. Or not, you decide.
Right guys, so this is my favorite breakfast. It's a little concoction that I came up with a few years ago thanks to my mom and my grandmother. We thought that we'd try and combine all my favorite things for breakfast in one. So I'm going to have Bovril, peanut butter and cheese on toast. First a nice thick layer of Bovril, and then you follow it up with quite a healthy amount of peanut butter, and then just to top it off you finish it off with some cheese. Okay, it's not the best looking but very tasty. Alright guys, and this is breakfast of champions. You also want to be a champion, boy? Good boy.
Paveshni and Merrick were recently married, a day they both enjoyed and have looked forward to for a while.
We got given some advice before we got married, and everyone says just try and enjoy every moment because it's over in a flash, and it literally was. It was so quick. I mean, getting to 4 o'clock it felt like an eternity, but then once things started happening, it was like a blur, and then the next thing I knew it was the next day. I mean, it was a fantastic, fantastic day that I'll remember for the rest of my life.
The Ernie Els design is becoming a must-play course in the region and provides a fantastic base for a professional golfer.
Copperleaf is a fantastic venue. I mean, it's an extremely long golf course. It's a championship golf course. You get an all-round golf experience when you come here. I mean, you've got a fantastic driving range, practice facilities. There's a huge putting green, lovely chipping area. There's the top-class coach here, John Dixon. And then after golf, I mean, you get this lovely area here to just come and sit and relax and enjoy all the views.
When he pulls the driver out, Merrick averages around 300 meters per drive.
I've been told by a couple of guys that it comes from having strong legs and a strong core. So it gives you that lower body movement that allows you to fire through the ball at impact. So that creates a lot of length.
Well, if you can hit it that long and straight, play good iron shots and putt well, golf is a pretty easy game. And just how did the two meet?
I met Pooh through her brother, actually. We were at varsity together, and at the time she was away in America. And her but and I became quite friendly, and I started spending time at the house, and I saw some pictures, and I asked him, so who's this? And he said, that's my sister, and don't get any ideas. And yeah, that's how we met.
Bremner has a diploma in golf directorship and club management, so a life around the game was always on the cards. Merrick turned pro in 2005 and has made steady progress since. He's a 3-time winner on tour and has countless top 10 finishes. He is consistent and long. Not a bad combination.
Thank you.
To get away from life on tour, there's nothing better than coming home to 2 very lively beagles.
Oh, it's fun. I mean, they're a bundle of joy. Some days they're very naughty and some days they're very mischievous, and then other days they're just chilled. I mean, we had some fun with them out on the park, and now they'll probably be sleeping for the rest of the afternoon today. So they need a lot of attention. I mean, you need to keep them exercised, otherwise they get ratty, and then that's when they start getting naughty and chewing your shoes and things like that. So we try and run them and walk them as often as we can. And you know, it's difficult with all the traveling and that to have dogs. We're very fortunate that my folks don't live too far away, and we send them to granny daycare, as Prue calls it. The dogs get to go spend some time on the farm, which is really nice for them because there's other dogs and there's just huge open spaces for them to run around and just get tired.
As we leave the happy couple in peace, be sure to follow Merrick and all our Sunshine Tour pros' progress on www.sunshinetour.com.